Thank you for joining this presentation to learn more about the state of Montana benefit plan options after an employee terminates employment with the state of Montana. My name is Jackie Dunbar, and I will be going over some important information to assist you when working directly with employees that are either terminating or retiring from the state. What you will learn today: you will learn when state plan benefits terminate, notifications that an employee receives, the COBRA coverage options, which is available to all employees terminating employment with the state, the retiree coverage option, which is available to employees terminating employment with the state and eligible for retiree benefits. When do benefits terminate? Employees terminating or retiring from the state of Montana who are enrolled in the state of Montana benefit plan or state plan will have state plan coverage through the last day of the month in which they are employed. Example: an employee terminates employment on July 24th, 2023. Their benefits will terminate July 31st, 2023. With the exception of grandfathered employees. Grandfathered employees are hired prior to August 1st, 1998, and have been continually enrolled in the state plan. They will receive an additional month of coverage. For example, employee hired January 2nd, 1995, who terminates employment July 24th, 2023, and has had continuous state plan coverage. Their benefits will terminate August 31st, 2023. Benefit contributions for the grandfather month will be deducted from the employee's last paycheck in addition to the regular biweekly benefit contribution. In most cases, state plan coverage will terminate at the end of the month in which an employee terminates or retires from the state of Montana. However, if an employee was hired prior to August 1st, 1998, and has had continuous coverage through the state plan, they will receive one additional month of state plan coverage. As indicated in the examples, if an employee terminates employment today, their coverage will go through the end of this month unless they are grandfathered. The grandfathered employee will continue coverage one additional month, and we will collect all their benefit contributions for that additional month from their final paycheck. The only exception is flexible spending accounts, which will terminate at the end of the month in which the employee terminates employment. Employee notifications after termination of benefits. Once state plan benefits have terminated, the employee will receive a COBRA notice advising them that benefits have terminated, the date of termination, and an offer to continue coverage for an additional 8 months by enrolling in COBRA. Employees that are eligible to retire under the State of Montana Public Retiree Administration will also receive a retiree packet that includes data termination and an offer to continue state plan coverage indefinitely by enrolling in state plan retiree coverage. Employees can also request a verification of coverage letter from the Healthcare and Benefit Division. Verification of coverage letters will not have the termination date until the agency has entered the date in SABRS. Employees terminating or retiring from the state of Montana and losing state plan coverage will receive a COBRA packet, which will allow them and or their dependents to continue state plan coverage through COBRA for up to 18 months. COBRA notices are sent within 14 days of the notification the employee has terminated or retired. This notification is done through the eligibility files sent from SABRS to the state plan's eligibility system. The termination date is based on the termination date entered in SABRS. If the employee is eligible through the state of Montana Public Retiree registration to retire, they will also receive a retiree packet that allows them to continue state plan coverage indefinitely as a retiree. Retiree packets are sent as soon as the agency enters the termination into Sabres. Both notices advise the member that their coverage has terminated and includes the date state plan coverage ended. Employee can use these notices to provide to their new health plan as proof their coverage with the state plan ended. The Healthcare and Benefit Division can also provide a verification of coverage letter. Verification of coverage letters are only sent upon member request and will not include the termination date if the agency has not entered that date into the Sabre's job data. Coverage options. COBRA continuation coverage is available to employees or dependents whose coverage terminates due to the employee's termination of employment. Employees and or their eligible dependent may elect to extend state plan benefits for up to an additional 18 months and pay the COBRA monthly premium. Dependents can elect COBRA even if the employee does not enroll. Employee or dependent has 60 days from the date coverage terminated to elect COBRA. Employee or dependent can choose which benefits to continue. For example, medical only, dental only, vision only, or medical FSA only. They can also combine. If employees chooses the COBRA coverage option, they will not be covered, they will not be offered the retiree coverage option after they exhaust their COBRA enrollment period. COBRA rates can be found on our website at benefits.mt.gov/COBRA-rates. Employee or dependent will be subject to the active COBRA rates even if they are retiring from the state of Montana. If an employee or dependent chooses to enroll in COBRA, they can choose which benefit option to enroll in. It does not require enrollment in medical. As an example, a member can choose to continue their medical flexible spending account through the end of the calendar year and not enroll in any other benefit options. Employee and or dependents will have to make their election within 60 days of the date of the COBRA notice. If an employee is a retiree eligible and they elect COBRA coverage, they will not receive another retiree offer after the COBRA period ends or they terminate COBRA. Refer the members to our website for COBRA rates. They will be subject to the active COBRA rates even if they are retiring from the state of Montana. Retiree coverage option. Employees terminating employment and eligible to retire under the state of Montana public retiree systems can enroll in the state plan as a retiree. The retiree can enroll themselves and their eligible dependents and continue coverage indefinitely through the state plan as a retiree as long as premiums are paid. Dependents will be removed if they are no longer eligible. For example, a dependent child turns 26 or the employee and spouse divorce. Enrolled dependents will be able to continue coverage if the retiree passes away. Retiree has 60 days from the date the state plan coverage terminates to enroll in state plan benefits as a retiree. The retiree must elect medical benefits to continue dental and vision benefits. Eligible retirees have the option to continue state plan coverage for themselves and their eligible dependents indefinitely as a retiree if they elect coverage within 60 days and if they pay their retiree premium. Dependents that are no longer eligible will be removed at the end of the month they lose eligibility and be offered COBRA coverage. If the retiree passes away, their enrolled dependents will be able to continue retiree coverage indefinitely. if they are not enrolled in another group health plan. Selecting retiree benefits does require enrollment in the medical plan in order to elect dental and vision benefits, and the retiree must be enrolled for dependents to be eligible. Retirees enrolled in state plan benefits will also continue basic life insurance coverage until Medicare eligible. All other benefits, for example, flexible spending accounts, life and long term disability insurance, will terminate when coverage as an employee terminates. If an employee is grandfathered, benefit options continue through their grandfathered month except for FSAs. Flexible spending accounts terminate the same month the employee terminates employment. Retirees do have the option to port or convert some life insurance coverages. If an employee enrolls in retiree benefits, they will not be eligible for COBRA benefits if they choose to terminate retiree benefits. However, their dependent will be eligible for COBRA if the retiree passes away or the dependent loses eligibility. Retiree rates can be found on our website at benefits.mt.gov/rates. If the retiree is not Medicare eligible, their basic life insurance coverage will continue, but all other life and long term disability insurance options will terminate. Flexible spending accounts will also terminate, but the retiree does have the option to continue medical FSA through COBRA. Members also have the option to port or convert the supplemental and spouse life insurance coverage. Optional benefits termination. Terminating employees do not have the option to continue their dependent flexible spending account, accidental life and dismemberment, and long term disability insurance. These coverages will terminate when the employee's active employee coverage terminates. Employees have the option to continue supplemental and spouse life insurance through porting or converting their coverage. For more information, refer employees to our website at benefits.mt.gov/resources/forms. Once an employee terminates employment, some optional benefits are not available through COBRA or retiree coverage. Dependent FSA, accidental death and dismemberment, and long term disability will terminate at the end of the month the employee terminates employment. Supplemental employee and spouse life insurance can be converted or ported, and you can refer your employees to our website for additional information. Alternative coverage options. It is very important that employees carefully evaluate their benefit options. Although the state plan offers continued coverage through either COBRA or retiree benefits, there are other options available. For non Medicare terminating retiree employees, the health insurance marketplace at healthcare.gov, individual plans through a certified insurance agent, also consulting group or PCG assists retirees with applying for Social Security Disability Insurance or SSDI and early Medicare coverage. Available to state plan members and their dependents who are experiencing health conditions that would prevent them from working full time. Contact 800-805-8329 or disability at pcgus.com. For Medicare eligible retiree or dependents, Alliant Medicare Solutions is a free resource to help terminating or retiring employees and their dependents learn about Medicare plans, including supplements, costs, eligibility, and more. Experienced representatives can answer their questions, such as when you are eligible, when to enroll, the plan cost, and what's covered. Contact information is 1-877-888-0165 or AlliantMedicareSolutions.com to learn more. Medicare eligible employees And retirees also have access to the Montana State Health Insurance Assistance Program, or SHIP. Their contact information is 800 551 3191 or dphhs.mt.gov /SLTC /aging /SHIP. Medicare supplements through a certified insurance agent. Terminating or retiree employees and their dependents should always research all their benefit options before making a final decision. Terminating or retiring employees have 60 days to make a COBRA or state plan retiree election. During that time, they should also check other options available to them. These options may be better fit for them and even less costly. In summary, employees terminate the last day of the month in which employment terminates. Grandfathered employees receive one additional month of coverage. Employees will receive a COBRA offer and, if eligible, a retiree offer to continue state plan benefits. Employees and/or dependents have 60 days to enroll in COBRA. Employees have 60 days to enroll in retiree benefits. Once 60 days has passed, employees will not be able to come back to the state plan unless rehired in a benefit eligible position. Optional benefits also terminate. However, an employee may choose to port or convert their life plans. Employees should research all benefit options available to them. How can you help? Human resources and payroll staff are often the first point of contact for employees. To assist your terminating and retiree employees, encourage employees to contact the Healthcare and Benefit Division with any questions regarding the state plan, including options when an employee terminates or retire. Our contact information is 800 287 8266 or benefits questions at mt.gov. The Healthcare and Benefit Division appreciates human resources and payroll staff's willingness to assist their employees with understanding benefits and the cost saving tools available to them. Because your employees generally come to you for guidance, we want to make sure you are aware of what happens to an eligible employee plan employee benefits when they terminate or retire from the state of Montana. We always strongly encourage HR payroll staff to remind employees to always contact the Healthcare and Benefit Division to learn about the benefit termination process and options available. If you have additional questions, please contact the Healthcare and Benefit Division at 800 287 8266 or our website's benefits.mt.gov and our email is benefitsquestions@mt.gov. Thank you, and I hope this presentation will assist you.